European newspapers have turned their fire on Brussels after EU leaders attempted to trigger a Brexit mechanism to impose COVID vaccine restrictions at the Northern Ireland border. The bloc was accused of an incredible act of hostility after it invoked Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol to control the export of jabs to the UK. It was forced to back down when the scale of the outrage in London, Belfast and Brussels became clear, but the political damage had already been done. And European media was quick to condemn the move, which would have effectively created a hard border between Northern Ireland and EU member state Ireland. Germany's Die Welt newspaper savaged European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, saying she had scored an unforgettable Brexit own goal. It said Ms. von der Leyen was undermining the European Union's credibility with her actions and warned she had damaged good relations with the UK in an bid to distract from her own mistakes. The paper said triggering Article 16 was absurd and reported that EU leaders had looked forward to cornering Boris Johnson. It said the EU had previously closed ranks around the Irish border issue, which it now seemed to completely forget in its corona panic. Francis Le Monde branded the move deplorable and welcomed the decision to ditch the inflammatory border decision. The paper claimed there was panic among EU leaders over its growing issue with vaccine supply and its row with AstraZeneca. It said Ms. von der Leyen had fortunately given up trying to invoke Article 16 and warned the EU was ill-equipped to tackle the coronavirus pandemic. Le Monde said, "It is deplorable that political interests and geopolitical rivalries take precedence over the issue that no one should lose sight of vaccinating as many people as possible, in Europe and in the rest of the world." The Irish Times highlighted the political uproar sparked by the EU move, while another Irish newspaper, The Journal, noted how Brussels had spread alarm across the political spectrum. EU diplomats acknowledged last night's move had been a misjudgment. The U-turn came after Boris Johnson expressed his grave concern to Ms. von der Leyen, who also faced pressure from Irish Premier Michael Martin. The EU chief said she had agreed a satisfactory way to introduce an export authorization mechanism for vaccines with Mr. Martin, who was said to be furious about the initial move. Ms. von der Leyen said she had held constructive talks with Mr. Johnson. She said, "We agreed on the principle that there should not be restrictions on the export of vaccines by companies where they are fulfilling contractual responsibilities.